You need to lift heavy. I don't care who you are, whatever your age is, your sex, your goals, or your training experience, you need to lift heavy in the gym. Let me preface this video. There is a huge misconception out there, one that I see very prevalent not just with the general public, but also with lifters. When you say lifting heavy, it immediately evokes images of a gigantic powerlifter grinding out 1-rep maxes and doing stuff that looks painful to the average person. Most people imagine this and think, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that. Well, you're right. You shouldn't. Being able to safely perform heavy 1-rep maxes is something that takes months, if not years, of training to be able to do effectively and safely. Even then, this is not something that most strength athletes do very often. True 1-rep maxes are often something that is saved for actual competitions by powerlifters. So how does this relate to you? Well, when you start out training, you're likely not going to have any idea what your 1-rep max is on any exercise. This is fine because it doesn't really matter right now. Again, you're not a powerlifter and you're not in a powerlifting competition, so the amount of weight you can lift for a single rep is unimportant for the time being. Lifting heavy, simply put, is lifting weight that is relatively challenging to the individual. This does not mean always training to your maximum capacity, and this does not mean sacrificing form or range of motion in order to lift more weight. An example of what this does mean is if you can squat 50 pounds through a full range of motion for 3 sets of 8, maybe try lifting 55 pounds next time. What exactly lifting heavy is again relative to the individual. For a person who is recovering from 2 broken legs, just being able to stand up without assistance may constitute heavy lifting. For a strength athlete who can squat over 700 pounds, squatting 315 pounds, which is less than 50% of their 1-rep max, is not lifting heavy. This amount of weight would possibly injure an untrained individual. The benefits of heavy lifting cannot be understated. Lifting weights has been shown to reduce your risk of pretty much all forms of mortality. That's death for those of you who didn't know. It's also good for your heart, it's good for maintaining bone density as you age, it's good for reducing body fat, and it's even good for your mind and mental well-being. As a side note, don't try and force yourself to abide by some arbitrary standard that you see on the internet. You don't know anything about these people, and even if you did know everything about them, it would be irrelevant to you and your individual training progress. So where do you start? Well, if you're unsure, you can start out as light as possible. Focus on mastering your form of key exercises like the squat and bench press. Then, once you are more sure of yourself, you can increase the weight progressively each week. The more you practice doing a heavy lift, the more effectively you'll be able to push yourself to try slightly heavier weights each week. If you want to learn more about strength training, Mark Rippetoe's Starting Strength is a great place to start. If you read this book, you'll already know more than half of the, quote, trainers at your local gym. That's it. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.